Somebody who certainly has hit new heights this season is Kai Havertz. I think he's been absolutely exceptional, and in today's video I'm just going to be going through what has really changed, what I love about him this season, and just a bit of the nitty-gritty ahead of the North London derby. But as always, if you are new here, please smash a like, hit the subscribe button too, it will be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let us just get straight into it. And Kai Havertz, you know, when he signed, there was not a lot of excitement, let's be honest, gunners. A lot of us were very confused with the signing. We were like 65 million, you know, Chelsea don't even want him, another one of Chelsea's scraps. That was the general consensus amongst the Arsenal fans. But I would actually go as far as saying he's kind of proved us wrong. Not that he's shown how good of a player he is, but he's shown a different sort of mentality that I didn't see at Chelsea. He's so hardworking. He, you know, the runs, he's so much more, you know, selfless as well in the way he plays. And I think that's really important, you know, in his development, especially at the club. And I feel like this season he's really kicked on. I know towards the end of last season he was banging goals for fun, but this season I'm seeing a different type of hunger, and I just want to talk about it. Let's just go straight off of the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, first game of the season. You know, everyone had this idea, Havertz has to be the number 9. And I feel like the fact we all agreed unanimously that, you know, Kai Havertz had to be the number 9 just shows how good he is. You know, we were so convinced about the link-up play, the runs in behind, the goals he was scoring, all of those things from last season that, you know, he was our unanimous number 9, you know, first choice. But yeah, he just kicked on this season. A goal and assist against Wolves, some brilliant hold-up play, great runs as well. You see the desire in his eyes as well. He just wants to be involved. He wants to feel like a main player in the team, you know. And when you have that in a player, you have to be very, very lucky. And we are very, very lucky we've got someone like Kai Havertz like that. You know, the first goal for me, absolutely incredible. Lovely diving header, you know, across the defender into the net. Really strong and courageous, bullyish. That's what we need in the number 9. Not only can you do the nice, pretty stuff, can you be bullish? Can you be strong in those duels? And that was a duel there in the air which Kai Havertz won through his sheer desire to get across his man and nod it in. And of course, him and Saka are building this beautiful connection, because of course the second goal as well that was scored in the game from Saka was assisted by Kai Havertz, picking up a lovely pocket of space. I feel like this season Kai Havertz has certainly improved in the sort of pockets of spaces he's picking up. He's now more aware of when he needs to come towards the ball and when he can spin in behind. I feel like last season especially, there was times he would come, you know, too short at times. We need him to be that box presence right on the centre halves, and this season he's doing that really, really well, and that's leading to him scoring and assisting. So a really strong number 9 performance from Havertz built me with confidence. I was like, this guy could certainly get minimum 25 goals and assists combined. I feel like that is what he can do in the Premier League alone. That is not even considering the Champions League. I really feel like he can hit those heights and those levels, and it's just about Arteta finding the right blend of right relationships in and around him. The midfield, of course, it's still being developed with Marino. You know, we've still got so many things to discover and the best combinations to have in the midfield. And once we do, Havertz will certainly thrive in even more. And of course, the game against Villa, I feel like that was the most, you know, sort of inactive game from the 3 that we've played this season. But I loved what he did. He was always in and around an area to kind of course have it to the centre halves. You know, sometimes strikers, you don't need to be the one to score, the one to the assist. Just create space for others. And a couple of the goals we did score, you know, of the goals that we did score against Villa, you could just see the movement of Kai Havertz, dragging defenders, players away, creating space for other people. And that's what you love to see from a number 9. Can you create that space for others? If you're not going to score, can you impact the game positively? And Kai Havertz certainly did that against Aston Villa, and I'm sure you'll be disappointed he didn't leave the game again with a goal contribution, but I feel like that was a proper number 9 performance. I really loved it from him. Then let us just get straight on to that game against Brighton. Probably for me, the most impressive display from Kai Havertz I have ever seen in an Arsenal shirt. A lot of you will point towards other games. He's done this, he's scored these goals, he's done this, assisted. No, for me, that Brighton game, I saw something different. He really took the game by the scruff of its neck. The runs he was making, the energy he was showing, the commitment, the sort of this desire, I loved it. I never saw this from Kai Havertz. And he was kind of, you know, him and Saka in that second half, they were kind of like, you know, I'm going to put the team on my back here. I'm going to lead the guys forward. I'm going to create opportunities, because him and Saka have created this lovely synergy. And this is why for the North London derby, I really don't want Havertz to leave that sort of number 9 role, because him and Saka have built up this synergy, this sort of connection, and it's working. You know, they have the same mentality, the same desire, the same impetus to just drag the team forward, whether it be, you know, their strength on the ball and link play, or their runs in behind, or their, you know, ball striking ability. They just have have it. They just really do, and it's so enjoyable to see the performance levels of Havertz and of course Saka this season. It's just so good. And the Premier League, I think they've got to be quite worried about this connection, especially once we fix that sort of left side of the pitch, whether that's Marino, whether that's Sterling, whether that was, you know, whoever's at left back, Timber, Calafiori. Once we find a mainstay for those sort of positions, it's going to be bad news for the rest of the Premier League, because Kai Havertz has really elevated his game. You know, I'm just talking from a mental point of view. This season he looks really mature and ready and wanting to take the team on his back, because last season it was a settling in, feeling it all about. Now he feels important, and when you feel important, you feel the impetus to do more, to run more, to create space, to be responsible, really. And I'm seeing that from Kai Havertz this season, this sort of, you know, desire to be the responsible one, to be the one that leads the boys forward. And I can see it's going to lead to a lot of goals, a lot of assists, a lot of praise. And I think this is the season we all come together and say that Kai Havertz, you are a fantastic player, you're very important to the way we play, and we need you to be our number 9 for not even now but the future as well. He's still very young, 25 years old. He can certainly even go, you know, even more levels up. But anyway, that's it for now, Gunners. Hope you have enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on Kai Havertz. I feel like he's been really exceptional. You'll see him in the back here. I just feel like he's a player who's just gone up levels this season from a mental point of view, but also technically as well. Really nice in the small spaces too, which is always great. But for me, the main focus was just his mental and sort of his desire to be the sort of number 1